Well, hello there, my friend.
Well, hi, how are you?
I'm doing well, and welcome to our viewers and listeners. We're so excited to be here.
Hi, everybody. Are you ready for a drama dump?
We have a letter that I think is going to make you want to rage really hard. So I wonder if we need to set a timer when we get to that point so we don't end up being here for 2 hours.
Oh my goodness, that doesn't sound like me. Listeners, back me up in the comments.
Dear Drama Dump, I recently read Britney Spears' memoir.
So did we.
She says, I recently read Britney Spears' memoir, and I cannot believe her father has not been taken to task for what he's done to her. Will you gals do it? Sincerely, a fellow Britney who is not a Spears.
A fellow Britney? Okay.
Yes, she spells it with 2 T's.
Oh. Do I get to take to task the entire Spears family or just Jamie?
I'm actually going to defer to you, and
Okay.
I'm going to give you my time. So you get a full rage. Because I feel like while I'm angry at he who shall not be named, it is your literal profession. And I'm not going to stand in the way of that. And I'm going to let you shine and thrive here.
Wait, should I get my knives to dance with? To just prepare myself?
You do you, boo-boo. Are you ready?
I am ready. The sheer fact that a man took advice from his shitty father and went, that woman is inconvenient and I should make her a slave of her own home, fills me with the historical rage of 89,000 suffragettes. Jamie Spears looked at his daughter and went, she's hot and she's talented, and you know what that's going to do? It's going to make me a lot of money. And then when she was like, what if I just wanted to be a mom who was making kind of a lot of money? He was like, that doesn't really sound like it works for me. Go on all of these meds. And then when the meds made her loopy, he's like, I'm in charge of you. What do you want? And it's abuse and it's awful. And as a country, we signed off on it. And we were like, of course a woman would go insane and then shave her head and walk into a gas station parking lot and just be a mess and hold her baby the inappropriate way. Shame, to shame. Please put a man in charge of her. And that man was gross. Gross.
And an alcoholic,
No
judgment, but he actually made poor decisions in her childhood and was absent a lot because of it.
So now all of a sudden, because there's something in it for him, he's like, oh, what if I just be in charge now? And then what really pisses me off is her mother left him and then went back to him and went, I sign off on this. And you know who else was a good guy? Kevin Federline. No, Lynn, no. And then Jamie Lynn's like, I miss Kevin and I miss Justin too. And I just don't know why they're not around, because they're bad people. You know, it's a coincidence that this is our drama dump today, because last night before I went to bed, before I watched Stevie Nicks cursing Lindsay, I was watching Britney Spears get the Radio Disney Icon Award, and they surprised her by having Jamie Lynn perform. And then that little bitch looked at Britney right in the eye and went, surprise, as she butchered a song that I can't remember because it was so bad I blacked out. And then Britney had to get on a stage and hug her.
The performance and strength of this woman, unmatched.
They took a woman who was in her prime, who was beautiful, who was powerful, who was talented, and was making her own way in a business that is awful to women, And she was still somehow able to not bring any of that toxicity to herself and her attitude on life, and just wanted to love her husband and her kids. And at one point, Justin Timberlake. And those people went, that's not really working for us. What if we were just in charge of you? There are only two choices when it comes to a father. It's either they're a good man or they're absent. And that's all I want. I don't want any of these middle of the road fathers who are like, I'm just trying my best and I'm just ruining you every day. Anyways, no, be good or be gone.
Be good or be gone.
Be good or be gone. If you can't be good at this, that's fine. Be gone. Don't call me. Don't look at me. Don't ask me for a Father's Day card. Just get the court system for looking at this volatile alcoholic man who has a family history of abusing women to the point of suicide. And then be like, oh yeah, he should totally be in charge of this 20-something-year-old. That completely checks. And then lie the entire time about whether or not she can call it off, get a lawyer, whatever. Meanwhile, they're working her to death every night at a Vegas residency.
It blows my mind that somebody who has such a spotty record, who has zero redemption at all, he has no redemption, has never once redeemed himself. Everyone turned to him and said, yeah, that tracks. You can have it. You can be in control. You can be Britney Spears now.
Including us. I'm so sick of being gaslit by the system and the media and all of it, and the government just being like, no, this is normal. Women should just be taken in control of.
It is very much an upsetting situation. And I'm not yelling because I'm so angry, because we believed the trash that we were fed from the media. We bought into it too. We also didn't know that we should question it because we've always been told, well, this is the best choice.
Who are we if not just silly, silly little girls putting on silly, silly little outfits and twirling for thousands?
And now we know better. And now we know better. And we have to carry that the rest of our lives, that we now know better and that the 2000s were not a good time.
Am I living in a time that is bad for women? Stop it. My brain. No, I am really grateful to this writer for actually letting me just pop off about it, because I was really professional during our other two recordings about the Britney memoir. And I have been very mature about people talking to me about the Britney memoir. And honestly, I think everyone must have listened to the end of our first Britney episode when I told everyone to watch their goddamn mouth about this book when they talk to me, because everyone has only said glowing, respectful things to me.
This is a brilliant book. It's beautiful.
It's beautiful. Michelle Williams, what's up?
I also think that it is a really good example of how we need to work together to break down the systems that prevent us from having autonomy, and to really peel it back to understand why these systems exist. Yeah. Do they need to exist? Because Britney's not the only one who's been abused in a conservatorship.
No, and I think what this is a stark reminder of, and I think why our brains immediately went into justifying it, is because it is hurtful, and it means that any single woman is at risk for someone to be like, no, stop. You don't have the right to actually be in charge of anything that you're doing without a man signing off.
Do you have anything else you need to add?
No, I've popped off. My voice hurts. I hate all of the Spearses that are not Britney. I hate them. I hate them. You are my sworn enemies, like fucking Chris Pratt and Justin Timberlake and Matt Damon and Ben Affleck. Let me just list all of my enemies.
Or we could just say, you've been drama dumped.
You've been drama dumped.
Drama dumped.
Honestly, like, good for me to have made it to only our third show about the Britney Spears memoir, and now I get to yell. It's just infuriating.
Yeah. And I'm still a little, I mean, I don't know if I'll ever recover, honestly. And I just hope and wish the best for Britney and that she can get the peace and the healing that she deserves. I think she represents a large group of women in a very extreme way who have similar feelings about loss and grief when it comes to life milestones. And I also, I have to grapple with what I'm not a TMZ person. I'm not a media person. And, of the time, the way she was covered did definitely have an effect on how I viewed certain things about life. And it's such a disservice to us all in that era.
Yeah. It's just fully, so what it is doing is it's just furthering the stigma of mental illness, but most importantly, how it's mentally ill women who are dangerous. And honestly, someone else do the math for me and we'll just see who's dangerous. But it's dangerous to be a mentally ill woman in a country that does not value you.
Or mental wellness.
Or mental wellness. So we grew up in a time where Britney Spears shaved her head for her own catharsis, and we immediately demonized her and was like, oh no, someone get her. She's not pretty anymore.
Something's wrong. I don't know if I'm going to be calm the rest of the day now. I might have to light a candle, do some meditation, drink some tea.
This is the first, everyone. We couldn't even kick it back into our ASMR sweet lady voices. We just had to be like, no, we're mad. We're forever mad.
Yeah. Gosh.
Prayers up for Britney at noon.
Every day.
Every day. Every day. In every way. Well, everyone. See, you don't even have to write about someone that you know. You can just write about someone that you've been affected by, and we'll pop off because 99.9% of the time, I'm already mad about it. And if you have a story of a loved one, a friend, a peer, or a notable person where you just go, people need to be screaming about this, you drop it into our email and we'll see if we need to scream.
Yeah, email's right here.
Yeah. Because it's our calling to make sure that we're the ones yelling at your family so you don't have to.
It's safer for us to do it, actually.
That's my friend Julia.
That's my friend Natalie.
And this has been Drama Dump. Bye-bye.
Bye, friends.
Hey, everyone, it's Natalie, and we forgot a couple of things. So we forgot that we have two other shows. Well, we have two. We work on another one together, and then we both have our own shows. So that means three. We actually have three other shows that we need to plug. My show is called To All the Men I've Tolerated Before. It's about everyday misogyny. It is what fuels my rage. You're going to want to find that at Men I've Tolerated Pod on Instagram, or find me on Instagram. It's NatalieK124.
I actually have two more shows. I have Pop Culture Makes Me Jealous, where we analyze pop culture through the lens of race or gender, and sometimes both. And I also host Jelly Pop's Book Club, where we read book-to-screen adaptations and compare them to their screen counterparts. You can find all of that on Instagram and TikTok. Pop Culture Makes Me Jealous, Jelly Pop's Books. You can find me on Instagram and TikTok, the Julia Washington.
And hey, you're looking at all of this information because it is either on your screen or in your show notes. So we get it. Just click on the links. We need you to click on links. We have newsletters. Jules had a whole show that I forgot about because it was new and I haven't been on it yet. We're on each other's shit all the time. Our show that we do together is called Still Comfy. We look at comfort movies and we decide, are they still good? George of the Jungle? Maybe not so much. Ever After? Yeah. That's going to be on both of our YouTube channels, To All the Men I've Tolerated Before and Pop Culture Makes Me Jealous. You're going to click on the playlist that says Still Comfy. We share that show. In every social media outlet you could ever want us to be on, there will be a link. That link will take you to things like our merch, our ways to subscribe to this show and our other shows. It will take you to the Still Comfy playlist and to all of the ways to find us on all social media and Instagram. Follow us on Instagram. That's the one we like getting DMs from. NatalieK124, The Julia Washington, Pop Culture Makes Me Jealous, To Men I've Tolerated Pod, Just
Shelly
go.
Pops Books.
Shelly Pops Books. Just go. What are you doing? You don't love TikTok? Jules, one more time, show them that email that we've got where they can send us stories. And if you want us to scream at you, we will do that. You just have to comment in the comments or leave us a 5-star review and tell us what you want us to scream at you at. We get it. Some people like to be screamed at, not Jules.
Not me. I don't like loud noises.
She doesn't like loud noises or she doesn't like violence. I like taking part in both.
That's why we're a good team.
We'll see you next time.